we are going to do another of the rewind videos I've been doing. This is actually part one of two parts. Two parts. And we're going to be talking about the great record store in Sherman Oaks, California, in the Los Angeles area, called Freakbeat. When I go to Los Angeles, there's like maybe 3 or 4 record stores that I always hit up, and Freakbeat is one of them. But on this particular visit to Los Angeles, I think it was January 19th, 2019, and I wasn't gonna go to Freakbeat because I wasn't trying to spend a lot of money. I maybe went to like a Goodwill there that I always go to, and maybe Amoeba, and that was gonna be it for me. And I happened to notice on, I believe there was like an Instagram post or something from Freakbeat, that they were having this crazy sale. Like, I'm pretty sure it was like 50% off or up to 50% off, something like that. And when I saw that, I was like, shoot, man, that's just too good to pass up. So got in the rental car, drove over to Ventura. It can be a little bit of a bitch sometimes parking out there, but you know, you can usually find a spot there, all meters and everything. But went in there, and I'm doing 2 parts to this, so obviously I found so much stuff on this visit, and it was, you know, the prices were just so crazy that you know, it turned out to be a really good visit. But like I said, I really like this store. The owners are pretty cool, a little quirky sometimes, almost reminds you of like a little house. But again, you know, it's a great shop. If you're ever in that area, I highly recommend. Freakbeat should definitely be on your list of stores to hit in the Los Angeles area. So without that, let's dive into part one of this and see what I picked up. 2014, we get Future Islands and their album Singles. Now, naming an album Singles would almost lead you to believe that this is like a best of collection or greatest hits or something like that. But it's not. I think I may have had like 1 song or 2 songs like off of a sampler. But I was working in Mexico, and our assistant camera dude, Anthony, would always be playing music off of his phone or whatever in the gear room. Spirit from this album always kept coming up on his playlist or whatever, and I really liked it. I think I had this digitally. I think I went home, or maybe even down there while I was there, I bought this digitally. And so, like I sometimes do when I'm in stores, if there's something I have digitally and I see the physical media somewhere and the price is like, you know, really cheap. I don't remember exactly what I paid for this, but, you know, half price, you know, maybe it was $2 or $3. So when it's a situation like that where I like the album and I have it digitally, and then I come across it physically and the price is really low, you know, it may seem stupid, like you already have it, why are you going to buy it again? But I just like having, like probably most of you watching this, I like having the physical stuff, you know. And so there was no question I was going to pick this up there when I saw it in Freakbeat. It's kind of like pop electronica, pop music, but really good. Some of the tracks on here that I like are, like I mentioned, Spirit, which was the first song I heard from this album. The song Seasons Waiting on You, and Sun in the Morning was a good one as well. So yeah, good band. I'm trying to think if I have any other. I feel like I might have like one other album by them that I picked up after the fact, having gotten this record. But really good. I'm pretty sure they're still around making music. Maybe they're not. I could be wrong. 2012, we get Sleigh Bells and Reign of Terror. Got a few records by them. This folds out. See, like a guitar. If I lift it, there you go, guitar. I have a few. Maybe like this might be like the 3rd record of theirs that I have. And they're kind of hard to pin down their sound. It's kind of like electronica, like pop, kind of punk elements to it. You know, kind of alternative sound. Female singer. Like I said, their sound is kind of feels like it's all over the place. I don't know. I'm like looking at this, not showing you guys. I guess I'm supposed to be showing you guys what's in the booklet. But Good band. I think they're from not far from where I live. I think they're from Manasquan, New Jersey, or at least one of them is, I think. I think it's just two people in the band. But some really good stuff. There's almost like this element of like, the best way I can describe it, some of the songs almost have this kind of like anthem, kind of like cheer, aspect to it, almost like, you could almost imagine this in like a pep rally, like everybody like stomping their feet, like, whatever. That's my impression of a cheer. But anyways, good record. Some of the tracks on this that I like are Crush, Comeback Kid, Road to Hell, and Demons. I remember first hearing that song. That was the first song I heard from this album and really, really loved it. But really good record. I'm happy with this one. I like this one quite a bit. 2006, we get Band of Horses and Everything All the Time. Everything All the Time. And it's funny, I think almost all their album covers are like these kind of like landscape kind of nature photography. I'm pretty sure. I mean, I think I have 3 records by them, and I know all 3 of those are like this. I don't know. I guess it was like a band decision. We're putting nature photography on every album cover. And this opens up kind of weird. It's like this, almost like a cover. Oh, it's all photos. I'm sorry. It opens up and there's all these little photographs in here. Big Corn Island in the Caribbean, San Diego, and Tucson. Kind of alt rock, some folk elements to it, even a little bit of like kind of country sort of sound to them every now and then. I can't close this properly. Maybe it goes like that. But really good. The first time that I ever became aware of this band was on the often mentioned New York Noise program that I used to watch in the mid 2000s or whenever it was. And I saw the video for No One's Gonna Love You and really liked it, and probably picked up that album that's from. And then, I don't know that I had anything else by them, maybe one other song, and saw these there in Freakbeat and picked them up. I say found these, I have another one coming up actually. Sorry, spoiler alert. But I saw these guys in Seattle, I think in 2013. Saw a live show. It was really good. But really cool. Really kind of like, like I said, it's just kind of that alt rock folk sort of sound to them, kind of chill. Some of the tracks on here that I like are Wicked Gill, St. Augustine, and The Funeral is really good too. But that's Band of Horses, really good band. And they're so good that I also picked up their album from 2012 called Mirage Rock. And this one I don't think I really knew. I knew a couple songs from the other album when I grabbed it. This one I don't think I knew anything by. Oh, there we go. Here's my receipt from Freakbeat. I always keep these, throw them in CDs these days. Yeah, so everything, like most of these CDs were $1.99, $2.49, $2.99. Yeah, so the prices, everything was like under $3. So it had just a crazy sale. I don't know what, if something was going on, they were just trying to like clear out some room or what, but that was just too, like I said, it was just too good to pass up. And I'm glad I didn't. But another good record, same stuff, like alternative kind of rock, kind of folk sort of sound to them. And I don't know, sometimes I feel like it's just like, it's a band, but it's like the one dude is kind of like writing almost everything. Nah, I guess not. Looks like he's shared some writing credits with a handful of people. But, again, really good band. This record, let me see, some of my favorite tracks off of this one. And another sort of like nature photography on the cover there. Looks like maybe a cliff. And then on the back even more. But anyway, so some of the tracks on here that I like were Knock Knock, A Little Biblical, and Dumpster World. Oh, if a title fit the days that we're living through more, I don't know if Dumpster World can be beaten. Anyways, Glenn Johns produced this actually. I think a lot of you guys are familiar with his name. 1994, we get Lush and Split. My introduction to Lush was their song Lady Killers, which I remember hearing in the summer of '95, I guess, on the radio. And the DJs would never say who it was and what the name of the song was. So I was always trying to figure that out. And I just remember for months trying to figure out what the hell the name of that song was or who the band was. And I think one time a DJ said, you know, that was Lush Lady Killers, but it was, maybe I had bad reception on the radio or something like that, but I heard him say I thought I heard him say Bush League Killers. So I remember going into like Rockaway Records and over in like Silver Lake area or something, and you know, talking to the poor girl cashier, you know, going, have you heard of this band Bush League Killers? I think I even remember like singing like and trying to sing, and she was like, I don't know what the hell you're talking about. But they had like I remember they had this like computer there. This is like '95 again, so it's like early on with internet and all that. But they had this computer that I guess just had like cataloged like every album released or something like that. And I remember looking in there for like Bush League Killers. Like if there was a band called Bush League Killers, it would have been listed there. And of course there wasn't. But I don't know, maybe like another year went by and I finally found out the name of that song and bought that record and really, really liked it. You know, they're kind of like alternative, kind of that British mid-90s alternative kind of rock, female singer. Really great voice. Speaking of Split, I think they split up. Maybe the album Lady Killers is on. I think maybe they put out one more record or something. I know they split up after that. They did some reunion shows not too long ago, but I think it was sort of just one and done kind of reunion things. But this record, it's okay. I wasn't that bananas about it. I mean, I literally didn't know any of the songs on it. I literally just bought it because of the strength of that other album that had Lady Killers on it. But there was a couple songs on here that I thought were all right. But on a whole, I wasn't that crazy about it. The tunes on here that I like: Hypocrite, Love Life, and Starlust was pretty good too. I like that one. So, you know, I've listened to this a couple of times. I feel like I don't know if anything else is going to really, really grow on me. That just might be my final verdict on the Lush's Split album. 2014, we get Foster the People and their album Supermodel. I think I have one or maybe two other records by Foster the People. I remember, I don't know if it's the first thing I heard from them, but I remember they had some song. I don't think it's on this. But I feel like they had a song that was in like a commercial that was really popular, and just kind of heard it all the time, and it really just kind of grew on me, and I liked it. It's like kind of some cool drawings and stuff in here in the booklet. But you know, it's like kind of electronica, kind of like pop electronica sort of tunes. And I like it. I like this band a lot. You know, they're always good for a couple of really catchy songs. On this record in particular, I'll tell you the tunes that I like. We've got Ask Yourself, Nevermind, Best Friend, and Goats in Trees is another tune that I like on this quite a bit. But really good record. I like this quite a bit. 1989, we've got the Sidewinders and Witch Doctor and some vinyl. I picked up some vinyl there as well. A lot of times when I'm traveling, I try to avoid picking up vinyl just because sometimes it can be a pain, you know, bringing it back on the plane and all that. But, you know, I dug through all the CDs and grabbed what I was going to grab, and decided to just, you know, take a quick peek at the vinyl and saw this one. I like this band quite a bit. I think I first kind of discovered them in probably 1990 with their album Auntie Ramo's Pool Hall. And then I started trying to dig up other stuff by the band, and it got a little more difficult. They ended up, after that Auntie Ramo's album, there was an issue with another band called the Sidewinders, and they had to change their name to the Sand Rubies, which I think really kind of hurt their career, because I think Auntie Ramo's was kind of successful. It was kind of like a minor, you know, alternative hit. Got a bit of airplay, you know, and then everything happened, and then like I think the first Sand Rubies record, I don't know if it was 3 to 5 years later came out, but by then, you know how things go. People just forgot about them, and the name change certainly didn't help. But really good band. I think they still every now and then kind of get together and play some shows here and there. I think they're from like the Southwest, so yeah, Tucson. So I mean, when they play, it's usually down that neck of the woods. But really good band, alternative, you know, straight out of college rock, alternative rock. But I like this one quite a bit. I'll show you the record here. Got the full info on one side, and then this little snake kind of looking thing on the other. Just plain old black vinyl there. Put that away. But some of the tracks on this that I like are Witch Doctor, Cigarette, Bad Crazy Sun. A cover of Solitary Man is on here. And What Am I Supposed to Do is another one that's really good. Yeah, I highly recommend. If you're not familiar with the Sidewinders and you like that kind of like late 80s, early 90s kind of college rock, if you're a fan of like REM or maybe the Replacements and that kind of stuff, and you're not familiar with these, definitely give these guys a listen. It's really, really good. But that is it for this episode of this pickup that I got at Freakbeat in 2019 in January. By all means, let me know what you think of these records. Tell me some tracks that you dig on them and everything, especially maybe the Lush record. Although I've listened to it a few times, I feel like I said, I feel like I kind of, you know, made my decision. But it'd be cool to hear, you know, anything you guys got to say. And by all means, watch part 2 coming up, and stay cool, everybody, and we'll see you next time.